As we reflect on the Upanishads, it seems to us that the Upanishads are exposing a major blunder we are committing in life all the time. What is that blunder? We seek happiness every moment of our life, but we are looking for that happiness outside. We look for happiness in objects, in external sense pleasures, in occupying the so called coveted chair somewhere, in name, in fame. We blindly follow others. Somebody bought a car, we want to buy one. Somebody built a house, we want to build one. We imitate. We don't know what we are doing. All we know is we are not happy. In the seventh episode of Know the Upanishads, we are taking up a couple of lines from the Taittiriya Upanishad, which declares that true happiness is inside us and only inside us. Even when we see or when we experience happiness coming from outside, the truth of the matter is it is from inside and it is an illusion that it seems to come from outside. So the whole of Vedanta is to shake us and wake us up from many kinds of illusions. For thousands of years, humanity believed the earth was the center of the universe. They believed the sun was going around the earth. And then the humanity woke up. Some scientists found out. While all this progress is taking place in science, in the outer world, humanity continues to live in spiritual error. Everybody is unhappy because she or he did not get something. Sri Krishna in the Bhagavad Gita tells us, leave aside Brahmajnana, Atmajnana, etc. If you have some common sense, you will stay put in your Swadharma, and it is in Swadharma that you get happiness. You will act truly, true to yourself, true to your personality. If you are a Rajasic person, you should act accordingly. Don't get confused by Sattvic people. Draw some inspiration from them, but have your words, actions through Rajas supported by Sattva. If you are a Sattvic person, do not slip down to Rajas. Let those in the world who are running fast, who are rising in the eyes of the world, making money, getting famous, getting popular, going places, screaming, yelling, shouting at somebody else, and planting a flag on Mount Everest or wherever. Don't get confused by them. You be yourself. Swadharme nidhanam shreyaha paradharmo bhayavaha. Karma Yoga thus is the science of Brahma Vidya expressed in a simpler language. Learn to let go of paradharma, lifestyle, way of behaving, setting goals, etc., as somebody else would do. Let go of it. Find out what you seek, what lifestyle is where you feel at home. Find out whether your happiness is in money or in knowledge. If your happiness is in knowledge, spend more time in knowledge, pursuing knowledge, sharing knowledge. Don't imitate somebody who made a lot of money and you also want to make money. You will not be happy. Paradharma to be given up and swadharma to be pursued. Upanishads also teach that, but the main teaching of the Upanishads is leave even the so-called swadharma and stay in swarupa dharma. Leave paradharma, arrive at swadharma. Leave swadharma also, that is this personality and its traits, vyaktitva lakshanani. Say to yourself, I am not this personality. I am not a tamasic person, I am not a rajasic person, I am not a sattvic person, I am not a combination of any of these. I am pure Satchit, beyond the gunas. To conclude the reference to Bhagavad Gita, there is a shloka in second chapter, where in the first half Sri Krishna says, go beyond the three gunas, and second half of the same shloka, he says, stay firmly in sattva. In 1980, I had asked this question to Swami Paramarthanandji in Madras, called Chennai today. He was holding a class for youngsters, and some of us were attending that every Sunday morning. And somehow he brought this shloka. Traigunya Vishaya Veda Nistraigunyo Bhavarjuna Nirdvando Nitya Sattvasto Niryoga Kshema Atmavan. With whatever Sanskrit knowledge I had from my high school studies, I raised my hand and said, Swamiji, what is this? First half says, Nistraigunyo Bhavarjuna, be above the gunas. And the second half of the same shloka in the second chapter of Bhagavad Gita says, Sri Krishna says, Nitya Sattvasta. It's like you are saying in a three-storied building, you're saying to somebody, go to the terrace. And in the same breath, you say, go to the third floor. So the man is perplexed. You want me to go to the terrace above the three floors, above the three stories, or you want me to go to the third floor? Then you say with a smile, I want you to go to the terrace, but on way to the terrace, you go to the third floor and then you go to the terrace. So Nitya Sattvastaha is on way to becoming Nistraigunya. Paramarthanandaji explained, I was so happy. This way, are we told to follow Swadharma? Or are we asked to be in Atmanishta? First, you stabilize yourself in Swadharma. Don't imitate. See, among Swamis also some do lot of travel, build big ashrams, make money, are invited by kings and queens, prime ministers and presidents, and some spiritual teachers, they live in a village. So even spiritual teachers, if they are not very clear about Shastra, their sadhana is poor, can get confused. I should also be going to England and Australia. I should also be speaking at some glittering, glamorous places. I should also have at least one disciple from Hollywood and one from Bollywood. Why do you need? You don't need disciples at all. Be Atmanishta. So Upanishads say happiness is in you. You are of the nature of happiness. In that context, we shall now see some simple slides and let's see where it went. The message is very simple. Don't expect too much philosophy here. Don't be once more carried away by quantity. It is quality which matters. It is the gist of the message. The seventh session in this series, Know the Upanishads, Class 7, on this day, August 22, 2025. The theme is Happiness is your true nature. And the pankti, the line we take from Upanishads is from Taittiriya Upanishad, though similar statements are found in other Upanishads too. Raso vai saha, talking about that ultimate truth, Brahma, and Advaita Vedanta shows to us that that ultimate reality, Brahma of this universe, and the reality of our existence, every one of us, the existence, the truth of our existence is one only. Jagataha satyam Brahma, asmakam satyam Atma, Brahma cha, Atma cha, ekam eva. Ekameva advitiyam Brahma. Sadeva Somya idamagra asi. Ekameva advitiyam is a famous statement Uddalaka says to Shvetaketu, his son, in the sixth chapter of Chandogya Upanishad. But we are here with Taittiriya Upanishad of Krishna Yajurveda. Chandogya, as you know, is from Samaveda. What is the source of your happiness? It is said that there is this animal in the jungles called musk deer, and the musk deer finds there is some wonderful fragrance. The musk deer, he is able to smell. Wow, what a great fragrance! Where is this fragrance coming from? And it goes northward, it goes southward, it goes eastward, it goes westward. And it doesn't find any particular tree or plant or stone or some other object lying around. Is it from some grass? Is it from some creeper? Is it coming from the sky? Is it coming from the bowels of the earth? Finally, the musk deer finds out that that fragrance is coming from its own body. In some part of the musk deer, there is some secretion going on. And that secretion has such unbelievable, desirable, beautiful fragrance. That is the story of you and me. Whether it is the worldly ambitions and the so called religious or spiritual ambitions, that's another illusion. In religion, too, I must build a temple which is tallest, the taller than any other temple, any other church. My ashram, my school, my number of students, my book should sell well. All are a long list of stupid ideas. You don't have to write a book at all. You don't have to give a lecture at all. Nayam Atma Pravachanena Labhya. Therefore, Swami Chinmayananji once said, Shut up and get in. All Vedanta is summarized in shut up and get in, go in. Don't say, I need money to do this, to do that. You don't need anything, you are happy. Spend every day in contemplation on Upanishads. Read some messages of Upanishads, close your eyes and reflect upon it. Get certain clarity in the clear understanding of the Upanishadic message, you are happy. Then, God willing, it is by God's will that this happy person you have now become may go around, may write books, may build ashrams, may, you know, householders may start some institution, may buy 3 houses and one more house as a spare house for guests to come and stay in. Do anything you want. Start a new business. All of them hopefully come out of your happiness. Do not make them the cause of your happiness. So, raso vai saha, that saha means that truth. That truth is rasa. Here we take rasa as happiness. Though, as we see in next slide, Shankaracharya himself says, rasa is a well-known word. Rasa is taste. And in the culinary science, in the science of making food, tasting food, enjoying food, we know that some food that is sweet is so wonderful. Some food that has to be salty, that has to be spicy. There are so many. Some shad rasas are mentioned. Madura, Amla, Lavana, and so on. Shad rasa. 6 rasas. Tastes. He refers to them and then says, just as tasty food delights us, what really delights us is the inner happiness. Rasam hi eva ayam labdva. Having got rasa, having got not salty or sweet or you know some spicy food, here having got the taste, having got the bliss of your own true nature, Anandi Bhavati. Drawing from the bliss within, everyone is blissful. Somebody attached to drinks, to food, to various forms of pleasure, always enjoying sense objects. Foolish fellow. He also gets happiness from the self only, but it gets reflected in those objects. Wine in hand, watching some movie with the feet up and other comforts. He thinks that all these are giving him happiness. Vedanta says it is not the truth. You are perceiving things wrongly. Therefore, Vedanta is all about exposing our erroneous perceptions. Erroneous perception binds us, right perception liberates us. In the context of happiness, also, therefore, we must see where true happiness is. So, here is this statement Rasam labdva anandi bhavati. Ayam sadakaha, ayam purushaha, iyam nariva, iyam sadhikava. The seeker, man or woman, child or old, doesn't matter. Now, Shankaracharya has something very interesting to say. He says, couple of lines of Shankara's commentary. Happiness cannot come from the false. Some lines which are not said in the mantra itself, but which are perfectly in alignment with the Upanishad mantra, which are found in the Shankara Bhashya, are so uplifting. Here, at the end of this Bhashya portion, you have Na asataha ananda hetutvam loke drishtam. Asat can never be the cause of happiness. Asat means the false, a lie. Though it appears, sometimes it appears by telling lies, by hiding something from somebody, we are so happy. Nobody came to know. Okay, we did something now, nobody knows. We celebrate. And we think that through lies we got happiness. So before I read the Shankara Bhashya, I must tell you how this Rasovaisaha arises. In the seventh Anuvaka, oh, yeah, the first Valli, no, the second Valli, there is a slight error here. The mantra number is, let me correct it right away. There you go. The second Valli, Brahmananda Valli, and you have the seventh Anuvaka. The seventh Anuvaka begins with the word Asat, the false. Asadva idamagra asit tato vai sadajayata tadatmanagasvayamakuruta tasma tatsukృతముచ్యత iti yadvai tatsukృతం raso vai saha. Before we arrive at raso vai saha, that is happiness, the sentence previous to it is tat sukritam uchyataye. Sukritam is a well-known word. Sukritam is a synonym of punyam. In this life, on this day, or in a past life, or in the earlier years of our life, we have done some sukrita, some punya. And today, even though we told a lie and felt happiness, even though we did something wrong, adharma, and we are happy, it seems that adharma gave us happiness. The Vedanta, the science of spirituality says, no, this adharma you have done, you will have to pay for it later. But if you are enjoying happiness now, it is connected to some sukrita you have done before. You must have heard, you might have heard the story of how a man went to a barber shop, and though he was early and two or three others came later, the barber attended to those who came later before this man who had gone first. The man was embarrassed. What's happening? I came at 7:30 a.m. The barber was busy having a cup of tea. 7:35, two or three others came. And once he finished his tea, the barber asked them to sit on the chair and did his work. Two or three people he served. Then said, come on, I got delayed. All the same, at the end of it, though the fees was 20 rupees as per the board, haircut 20 rupees. Haircut, mustache, beard, everything 30 rupees. Something was there. This man took out 200 rupees and gave it to that barber. The barber, sir, it's only 20 rupees. Keep it, man, keep it. I am happy with your service. So the barber took the 200 rupees, looked at this man again from top to bottom. Where do you live, sir? I just live on the next road. I have newly come over here. I used to be in another part of the city. I used to be in Banjara Hills. Now I have moved to this Jubilee Hills, he said. Oh, okay. Hyderabad has these places. So after 1.5 months, the man again went, and there were 3 or 4 people already over there. The barber, looking at this man, recognized he is the man who gave me 200 rupees last time. So he ignored those three who had come before, called this man Randi, sir, Randi. Randi in Telugu means please come. Come, take your seat, and gave a wonderful service, haircut. At the end of it, this man took out exactly 20 rupees and gave him. That is the charges. So the barber was embarrassed. He took the 20 rupees, nothing wrong, but then said, Sir, I have a doubt. I gave you such wonderful service today, but you gave me only 20 rupees. Last time I delayed you, you gave me 200 rupees. This man said, Yes, you are right, you are right. But you know what? The 200 rupees I gave 6 weeks ago is for the service you have given today. And the 20 rupees I gave now is for the service you gave me 6 weeks ago. The barber said, Oh, okay, okay, now I understand. I understand. Our happiness, our sorrow, our suffering, our enjoyment are all connected to our karma in strange ways. Therefore, it is said in the Bhagavad Gita, Gahana Karmano Gatihi. Strange and profound and inscrutable and hard to understand. Karma ki gati nyari. There is some bhajan somewhere. Karma ki gati nyari. Strange is the way karma operates. Therefore, the mantra says, Yadvai tat sukritam raso vaisaha. If you have deceived people, if you have told lies, if you have done injustice to yourselves, got up late and drank 7 cups of coffee, then read newspaper for 1.5 hours, and then just did some 5 minutes puja, rang the bell. Lousy way you did but and yet, in spite of it all, you experience, suppose, great happiness. And that is the result, that is the phala of Sukritam. Because this asat, lying on the bed lazily, drinking too much of tea or coffee, reading newspaper or these days WhatsApp messages and videos of topics where you have nothing to do, it's none of your business. But you want to know whether Putin and Trump met at all and what they discussed and what now will happen to Zelensky or something. In the process, you did not do your yoga, you did not do your japa in the morning. So, if you still are very happy that they feel light, you feel like dancing, that is because on some earlier occasion you helped an old man who was finding it difficult to carry his luggage. You just, without even knowing that old man, Uncle, I can help you. You took, carried his bag. You helped an old lady on the train get a comfortable seat. You got up and said, You sit here, auntie, and so on. You did Sukrita. Yadvai tat Sukritam raso vai saha, it says. Shankaracharya explains what this rasa is. Raso nama trupti hetu. In the matter of food also, when you say, wow, so tasty. So, whether it is sour or salty or sweet or some other, it is trupti hetu. It gave you certain contentment. At the end of it all, is I'm so happy I ate this. Anandakaraha, madhura, amla, adi. Sweet, sour, etc. Prasiddha lok, everybody knows. That word is used here to indicate really the source of happiness It's not good food, not music, not dance, not position, not power, not any of those million things in this world. It is said by Shankara, Rasameva hi ayam labdhva prapya anandi bhavati na asataha ananda hetutvam drishtam loke. See, Upanishads are talking of Brahmajnana, but in and through all this advice or revelations on Brahmajnana, there is a strong moral message. Do good things, serve people, as Satya Sai Baba always advised. Hurt nobody, help everybody. Hurt none, help everyone. He spread the message of seva and bhakti. Satya Sai missions around the world. This time also recently when I was in US, 2 or 3 places, the Satya Sai groups invited me to give a talk. Looking at their service mindedness, looking at their discipline, looking at their samarpan, a sense of surrender to Swami, I was very impressed, very touched. All of them come, let's say, on Thursday evening or Sunday morning. Most of them, if not all, are in some white dress. Some of them are millionaires, billionaires. Some of them are very, very, common people. But over there, no difference. Everyone greets everyone else. Sai Ram, Sai Ram, Sai Ram, they say. Their simplicity, their humility, and looking at Sri Satya Sai Baba's videos that were going on, waiting for my turn to speak at one of the functions, I said, oh my God, what magic did this Swami do? Around the world, there are Satya Sai centers in some distant African countries. Youngsters, young black girls and black boys also are Satya Sai devotees. Large number of Muslims. There is a short video many of you might have seen. A large number of Muslims came to Puttaparthi and they sang bhajans. Rama, Krishna, Shiva, etc. Muslim ladies with burqa and just face open, you know, they are singing Hindu bhajans. What wonder, what miracle he did. So, coming back, we say it is seva. If we have done seva, to do seva, you don't have to know Shankara Bhashya, Sanskrit. You don't have to know much philosophy. Be good. Do not hurt, serve. Unless a certain administrative jobs require, keep it to the minimum. As Vidura Niti says, a bee goes to flowers because it is hungry. The bee has to drink the nectar from the flowers, but the bee draws the nectar from the flowers without injuring the flower. It goes to several flowers and drinks, sucks the nectar from the depth of the flower, moves on. And the flowers at the most swings a little. The flower just shakes a little, but no petal falls off. Likewise, yes, administrative work always involves hurting some people because if you try to please everybody, no work will go on properly. In fact, in every work, even in teaching work, even in music, dance, anywhere and everywhere, some occasions, at least you should pretend to be hard and harsh. Inside, you should be full of love. So, Shankaracharya says, Asataha ananda hetutvam na drishtam. If only you see life on a deeper level, there is no occasion actually where you get happiness and that is drawn from something illusory, something false, something. No, no. That is all superficial. Your happiness came from some good deeds that you had performed. So we go over the next comment by Shankaracharya himself. He says, think of it. Are there no, are there not so many occasions? Are we not many a time happy with no object as the cause? Uncaused happiness. So many times our greatest happiness was when we were in some simple settings. Some of us have been abroad for some years and we have lived in our own country. Let's say most of us are from India. No doubt, the developed countries, London and Dubai, New York and Adelaide, they all have some glamour about them. Now, India also is having fabulous places. India too has charming, sights to see, engineering marvels, architectural, wonders. There are the tallest statue in the world is in India now, Sardar Patel in Gujarat. The statue of unity, I guess. So they're talking of how, when you look back, yes, the glitter and glamour of certain Western countries is undeniably true. But ask yourself a simple question. Can you say your happiest moments were in London, in Dubai? We would say, that I cannot say. In a way, my happiest moments were my time of childhood, where many a time some of us would say we rushed to the school without even shoes. We wander around the town with no proper dress. Olden days life was so simple. Now it is not. Now it is a bit complicated. Everybody is scared about security. I once went when I was in primary school in some procession I joined. I just went on walking and I was not with my family or with my people. I went in the procession of some sort. Then some elders put me on a boat. We crossed the river. We went somewhere else. There we were given food. Then somebody brought us back. Late night I returned home. Nobody bothered. That was so risky actually. You couldn't do that in these days. Kidnapping and hurting, injuring, all kinds of wrong things happen. But life was so simple. Somebody fed me, somebody brought me, somebody put me on the boat, somebody picked me up. And finally, when I came home late, all my mother said is, "Oh, where had you gone? Oh, you went with that procession. I thought so. I thought you also joined that procession which went in front of our house. And I knew you would come. Okay, come, go sleep." So Shankaracharya says, Bahya Ananda Sadhana Rahitaha. Some of our happiest times were, are, and will be when there are no external factors. He refers especially to certain sattvic people devoted to Vedic study, spiritual practice. Then the word Brahmana is used in such contexts. So don't connect it with the Varna or Jati, etc. When you are a sattvic person, your happiness is in seva, is in study, is in spiritual practices, your japa, your dhyana. So, anihaha, with no extrovert activities. Nireshanaha, in fact, no urges at all to make money, to sit on some golden chair. No, Eshana. Anihaha, Nireshanaha, Brahmanaha, Bahya Rasalabhat, Iva. They are so happy. Iva means as though they got $1 million this morning, as though they were appointed as CEO of a very big company, as though an announcement has been made of their getting, Nobel Prize or some coveted prize, as though Iva. Actually, they haven't got anything. No Nobel Prize, no Bharata Ratna, no Jnanapith Award, no tour of some fancy country, fancy place. Bahya Rasalabad Iva. As though they got all these Sanandaha Drishyante. They are very happy. Lot of foreign tourists come to India, even as they land, let us say, in Mumbai, and they come out of the airport on their way to a five-star hotel, maybe where they are booked. They see slums and slum children playing, laughing, and its place is dirty, their body is dirty, but such happiness is on their face. The foreign tourist who probably flew big business class landed in Mumbai and is going to some Taj hotel or something, looks at these children and says, I don't know how they can be happy. With all my wealth, I'm so troubled in my mind. I don't know whether I'll be able to sleep well at the seven-star hotel where I'm going to check in and rest tonight. I may not get sleep. I'm worried about. Bahya Rasalabad Iva Bahya Sadhana Rahitaha Anandam Anubhavati Vidwansaha. Shankaracharya is a champion of Jnana Yoga. So, first of all, he said Brahmana, those devoted to spiritual study, Vedic study, etc., and Vidwansa, those who are insightful. They are insightful. Vidya, they have Vidya. They are able to see through the glamour of the world. Sananda, they are full of happiness. Nunam Brahma eva rasaha tesham. How are they happy? They are happy because when their mind is made quiet and calm, yeah, they are in touch with the inner happiness. Whereas others turned outwards, they have a song going on in their mind. I want money, I want money, I want money. And when they get money, that agitation is quietened and their mind is in touch with the happiness inside. It's not money that gave them happiness. Money quietened a certain unnecessary thought and then they experienced happiness. Tasmad astitat tesham ananda karan rasavad brahma. Here vad means having. Brahma rasavad. Brahma is neuter, therefore rasavad Brahma. If it were Atma, the word would have been rasavan Atma. If it were a feminine word, prajna, awareness, rasavati prajna. So we call it matu pratyaya. Brahma rasavat. Brahmanaha rasaha asti. Brahmani, in Brahma alone there is rasa. There is not even an iota of happiness anywhere else. Whether you like it or not, this is the truth. Therefore, make your life a true blessing by being devoted to Brahma, to God. Be established. Even if you have so many duties, do those duties as an offering to God. Thus, Shankaracharya's explanation, Rasaha Tesham Brahma eva. Their happiness is Brahman only, without any object. Nowadays, it's more common to see people happy with some headphones. So here we have given a picture of a man No headphones on his ears, not watching any video, not having ice cream in his hand, not with some so called beloved by his side. His eyes are closed and he is so happy. We wonder what is the cause of his happiness. Last but not the least, we say this bliss, talking of this bliss, the Upanishad itself says, if there were to be no bliss deep inside us as our very true nature, we would not live. Yadi ek esha akasha. The original has yat, yadesha. So I put only ya in red. Yat esha, yadesha akasho anand, yadesha akashe anando nasyat. Let me read that portion in the mantra itself. After saying Raso vai saha rasagam hevayam labdvanandi bhavati. Now comes the portion. Ko hevanyat ka pranyat yadesha akasha anando nasyat yesha heva anandayati. Anandayati. So this Brahma alone makes us happy. So if in the heart space, akashe, in the heart space deep inside us, if there were not to be the true source of happiness, then who would have even breathed once more? We would have stopped living. We are breathing. Pranyat anyat. So an is the dhatu in prana, apana, samana, vyana, udana. Five pranas you may be knowing. So prana, apana, vyana, udana, samana, all of them have an as the dhatu, aniti, anyat. Who would breathe? Who would breathe in? Who would breathe out? Prananam kaha kuryat. Who would do? You and I live on. Sometimes we are put to some hardships. Sometimes we are insulted. Sometimes we are asked to get out. Sometimes we are treated very rudely somewhere. Yes, we feel very sad, but again, we carry on. We live on. Even the man who commits suicide thinks that by ending his life as he knows what life is, he would be happy. I want to end this sorrow. So he has a certain sense of my happiness will be if I hang myself or something. So we have an inkling. Brahma, therefore, is not totally unknown. Brahma is known. But along with an intuitive grasp of Brahma, which is our true nature, alas, there is so much of false knowledge which is acting like a smoke screen. You have your child at a distance and you are wondering, where is my child? My child is lost. The child is just 10 feet away. Between the child there and between you, there is so much of smoke rising from some fire. And that smoke screen preventing you from seeing the child. Let the smoke settle down. You see, oh, you are here only. I thought to go to nearest police station and lodge a complaint. You are here only. Come over here. The child comes running and hugs you. Like that, Brahma is our nature, and all we need to do is live every day, every hour with more viveka, with more sense of what is right, then do it. What is wrong, don't do it. Therefore, yadesha akasha anando nasyat kohevanyat kapranyat. In this way, there is this simple but powerful portion in the Taittiriya Upanishad. The central message is Your happiness is within you. Realize it, stay with it, then do anything you want as something secondary. Primarily, draw your happiness from within. Nama Paramarashibhyo, Nama Paramarashibhyah. In this session, we will not have questions and answers. Next Friday, August 29th, let us go for questions. If you had questions on this day too, please note it down and ask me in the next session. Om Namah Shivaya.